Toby Olabajo. He's the founder of Principle, and he's interested in digital culture in Africa and more specifically in Nigeria. Toby, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
So AI is taking over the world. I don't think anybody would argue with that. It's now been accepted. But you are more interested in the digital culture in Nigeria. When you say digital culture, what do you mean exactly?
So our culture as Africans and Nigerians is very rich, right? So one of the things we have realized is that because of the way the world is, right, people are trying to modernize too fast and too much. So we are, like at Pixable, we realize that our names are very rich, right? So like Oluwatobloba is richer than Walter, for instance. Apologies to any Walter out there, but so basically, so we launched something called, because we're a platform that makes it easy for people to frame their pictures. So we launched something called name frames. So people, and it got really popular, people are framing their names, their local names, Chinedu, Izuchukwu, and so we are merging technology and digital culture together. Our culture as Africans is very rich, but we realize that most people are trying to deviate from it. Most people are trying to shy away from what makes us us. You understand?
So why should I be interested in this?
Why should you be interested in it?
Exactly. Why should I be interested in framing my name or going? I mean, let me use the technology and make some money, for crying out loud.
Yeah. So, but many of our names, some people, because of the way we are presently, right? Some people don't know the meaning of their names. Like, if you ask an average person what is Izuchukwu mean, for instance, they may not know, but it's truly to know that your name is richer. Like, Chinedu means God leads me. Chinedu, you understand? So seeing that every day on your walls can just be inspiring, and that's what we have realized, right? That's what we have seen. People are so excited about it, and then
so is it just name African? No. The digitalizing of our culture, is it just in the name that you're looking at?
Art as well, right? We realize, so technology has made these things together. In the past, when people want to listen to music, they have to listen to our music, they have to go to the theater and things like that. But now we have so many streaming apps that allows us to also stream that, right? So it's just the way the world is going right now. These things are getting intertwined, right? So Pixable is focused on helping people to achieve those things, right? Arts are very rich. There's something called Ofu. Someone framed Ofu with us. I don't know if you know what Ofu is. But basically, just see those things in your walls can be very chilling. And then that's what we have realized.
So what's the role of creative technology in preserving our African identity?
Yeah, the role is significant, right? Because like I said earlier, right, things are getting, there's literally no gap anymore, right? Things are getting intertwined. So the role is significant, and yeah.
Okay, and then how much challenge does infrastructural development? We had there in Unilag, they're talking about, first, the Lagos state government has promised them, I think, about 2 billion for infrastructural development. How much challenge do we have in progressing when we look at the gap, infrastructural development?
We have a lot of challenges because so many things we have to build them from scratch, right? But it also offers an opportunity for us to innovate as a country and a continent, right? But there are a lot of challenges in terms of logistics, in terms of so many of those infrastructure has not been built, right? But it also offers an opportunity for us to think and come up with innovative solutions to do those things, right? So one of the things we're also working on at Pixable is something called augmented reality, which brings what you have, like the pictures on your walls, to life, right? So in terms of the challenges that we face as a continent, as a culture, they're enormous, but it also offers us an opportunity for us to think and innovate and come up with better solutions, right? Jeff Bezos said one of the reasons he built Amazon to be this big was because they had the American Post Service. We don't have that in Nigeria. Our post service is not as efficient, but it also allows us to build like a very beautiful and innovative logistics system.
So even you have said it, that the gap creates opportunities.
Yeah.
Would you say the youth in Nigeria are looking that way, or we're looking at, it's a negative, we can't do anything? Would you say generally the mindset of the youth, as AI and technology is coming up and we see new softwares helping us to make our job easier, would you say the youth are taking advantage of these opportunities?
Yes, we are. There are lots of really bright minds out there, right? So when you see what people are doing, you'll be shocked, right? A guy came to Nigeria recently, I think was working on base, like something related to crypto and all these things, right? So we have very, very bright people, but because of how it is, right, it's concentrated in certain places, right? So
where is it concentrated?
You most likely find them in Lagos, but they're everywhere. They're everywhere in Nigeria. But basically, they are concentrated in certain places. Like you will find really smart people around. When you use Twitter a lot or X, right, you will see brilliant conversations. You'll be shocked that these Nigerians. And also when you check the people working in very big companies, you will see that there are very really smart Nigerians that are working there, right? So the brain capacity is there, but we need more, obviously. We need more. We're a population of over maybe 150 million or 180 million people. So the percentage is way lesser than it should be. So some of the things we can do is to come up with, and one of the things I've always thought about is that as more young people succeed, right, it inspires others to also pursue that path, you understand? So if we build Pixable to be a very successful company, for instance, it inspires others to know, okay, there's a technology company that is doing these nice things, right? I can also do things like that. So I think also having mentors, also having really smart mentors that are also young, that are also inspires the youth to also pick up on this, because that's what helps America, you understand, helps the US, right? When you see like a Zuckerberg building Facebook, it also motivates you to also do something similar. So I think people succeeding helps other people succeed, you understand? So
how much is funding a challenge? Because some people say it's not about funding, it's more about the ideas. If you have the ideas, it will attract the funding. And we saw startups on the continent. You know how much, about more than 440 million in 1 month in October alone. So they say money is not the issue, it's the ideas and the patience to follow through.
In Nigeria, money is definitely an issue. Maybe in foreign countries, but in Nigeria, getting funding is definitely going to be an issue, especially because investors got what investors are looking for. Nigeria is a low trust society, so investors want to see that this product you have built or this product you are building, can it gain traction? Can it become big? You understand? Before they'll give you money. So the ideas is tied to it, because I mean, if you're able to communicate efficiently that this thing we are building is going to do really well, right? They will give you money, right? So, because everybody wants to win. That's my favorite philosophy. Everybody wants to win. So when you can communicate that fully, that, oh, this thing you are building, there is a lot of value that's going to be accrued back to them, they definitely give you their money. But it's still a challenge, definitely.
Would you say the reforms, the President Bola Tinubu's administration led reforms, are they helping matters, or things are still the way it used to be?
I think they are getting better. I think the president, I'm not very political, but I think the president
What area has gotten better?
The Minister of Technology, that is Bosun Tijani, is a startup guy, you understand? So I have so much faith in him. I think he's the CEO of CCO at the time. So I have so much faith in the fact that we'll come up with brilliant things. I think he's focused on the postal service, and I've seen a few things, but I don't want to pick anything specific. But I think we trust in the president to obviously deliver great things for us.
For you as a youth and a CEO in the country, how much impact has government policy helped you to get to where you are, or how much is it driving your vision, for your future and your company?
I'll say since this administration got into power, right, the dollar, even though at some point it was going really high, but I think it has stabilized. Even though it's still very high, it has stabilized. So that allows us as business owners to plan, right? Because some of the things we pay for our server space, they're foreign, you understand? So we use dollars to pay for those things. So the dollar, even though it's still high, but at least it's a bit stable. So you can plan, you can say, we're putting this amount of money this year for these expenses. Unlike the past, where you could just wake up and then there's a 400 naira increase like that. So I think that's one of the things that the CBN and this government, this administration has gotten right. The fact that the naira is a bit stable, right? At least it's not that hiccup that we used to have before. It's not happening anymore.
Would you say all of this has reduced the trend or the number of people who desire to japa? Or it's still there?
I think it's still there. I think the desire to japa is the desire for better opportunities, right? Yeah.
We can't have better opportunities in Nigeria.
We can, but it's just
it's a long way down the pipeline.
Some people feel like, oh, I'm getting old, I need to, you understand? So it also has to do a lot with ambition, right? The more ambitious you are, the more you feel like you deserve good things, right? And frankly, we are getting there, but there are a lot of ways we are not there yet as a society. So I think but I think the rate of the dollar and the way how things are expensive have reduced it, right? Unlike when you wake up, like maybe like 3 months, like last year, you just open Twitter and you see one person say new dispensation. So I think it has reduced a bit.
You don't have a Japa plan?
Nope, me presently, no.
Because you're already a CEO.
Yeah, I'm here to build. Because when we built our factory, when we built the Pixible factory, a lot of people were asking, why didn't you just use that money and just go to Canada or something? I said, no, I believe we could, because if everybody keeps living, right, then, because when you leave, if I move to America, for instance, I get married there, my children will most likely not know Nigeria anymore, you get. So things like that. So some of us need to still stay and then try to build this nation to what we want it to be. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you for staying.
Thank you
and we
very
hope
much.
you won't change your mind. And
I hope so.
Thank you so much. Toby Olabajo is the founder of Peaceable. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Let's take a break now. When we come back, we'll head to the foreign scene. Please stay with us.